everybody, my name is Sera Jo. This week I'm co-hosting music lessons with Carlos. See you!
Welcome everybody to another live session in music lesson webinar with Carlos. Today we will cover different topics such as ear training, music theory, keyboard skills, progressions, and contemporary voicings. We also have some new piano tutorials, so stay tuned and let's get started. Thank you to Sera Jo, for this great introduction, musical introduction. And now I would like to talk about The song Spirit of the West by one of my favorite fusion groups, Yellowjackets, composed by Russell Ferrante. And this song belongs to the album titled Club Nocturne, which was released in 1998. It was the 13th studio album from the group Yellowjackets, and I think it was the 6th or final release for Warner Brothers label. And this album was nominated for Best Contemporary Jazz Album and in the Grammys. Personnel: Russell Ferrante, keyboards; Jimmy Haslett, bass; Will Kennedy, drums; and Bob Minster, tenor and soprano saxophones. What is interesting about this album is that it was originally conceived as an all-vocal jazz album. Yeah, it contains several vocal tracks featuring vocalist Kurt Elling, Brenda Russell, and Jonathan Butler. And one of the things that I found fascinating is that there is a bonus track in the Japanese release. And the bonus tracks features Gino Vanelli, singing the song Living Inside Myself. Gino Vanelli is one of my old favorite pop singers. In my opinion, he has an amazing voice. The older he gets, the more glorious his voice becomes, and he doesn't slow down. See, I did a couple tutorials on a couple of his songs. So, good. Again, thank you, Sera Joe, for this amazing musical introduction of Spirit of the West by Yellowjackets. And we're going to continue now our class. Yes, ear training, always good. And what are we going to do? We're going to work with solfege. I been working with the movable dose solfege for many years, since I was a student at Berkeley. When I was in the conservatory in Lima, in the National Conservatory, I was studying fixed dose. Then when I came to the States and I went to Berkeley, I started to explore the movable dose system, and really it has been so helpful in my musical development. It's the only thing I teach. So now we're going to work with conducting patterns. We're going to do a nice warm-up with conducting patterns, a 4-beat conducting pattern. So let's hold our hands like this. Remember this. The second and first finger are going to touch conductors. They call this point the ictus, the point of power in conducting. So see if you can put all your attention and all your awareness in this point. And we're going to do the 4 pattern. Down, left, right, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Usually, when I teach conducting, I ask my students to do pulse with the other hand. You cannot see my lap, but everybody else, if you're working with conducting, let's do pulse. I'm gonna play pulse here with on the keyboard. But you should see if you can do pulse on your lap. So we're gonna do our 4/4 pattern. 1, 2, and we're gonna do pulse on 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, left, right, up. Now we're gonna do we're gonna sing the top line, 8th notes, accent on the downbeat. Here we go. 3, 4. Da, 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 da. Now we're gonna do the second line. This is interesting. Now, accents on the offbeat. So here we go. 1 measure up front. 1, 2, 3, and da, 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 da. Good. Okay, I want to do some triplets. And let's do some 8th note triplets. So here we continue to have our 4 beat pattern. I'm gonna be playing pulse, and let's sing the first top line. I hope it's not overwhelming, but it's not difficult. It's not difficult. We're just gonna sing triplets, and we are gonna do an accent on the downbeat. So here we go. One measure up front. 1, 2, 3, and da 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 da. Okay, let's work on the second line. Now on the second line, we're gonna do accents on the second triplet. So it's gonna be like this. Da 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 da. Okay, together. One measure up front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. Okay, now we have the third line, accent on the third triplet. So it's going to be like this. Da 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 da. Okay, so one measure up front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. Good. Okay, now what are we gonna do next? I wanna work on solfege. Solfege. So super easy. The first day, ear training level 101. Yeah, first quarter in Berkeley or whatever, in other schools. Yeah, we're gonna start with our do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Guess what? We're gonna continue doing pulse. Yeah, and right hand is gonna conduct. Maybe left hand is gonna conduct, and right hand. No, that's gonna be later. That's what I have all my students do. I have them change hands when they conduct and change pulses. But here we're starting easy, just left hand doing pulse on one, right hand conducting. And here we go. And we're gonna sing. Do, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, descending, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Okay, that was a nice warm-up, and now let's do one more pass, and then we're gonna move on. Okay, I'm gonna play the line always with my left hand, but I would like you to do pulse, with your non-dominant hand, yeah, while you're conducting with the dominant hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, descending, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Good. So now that we warmed up, we are going to continue. Yeah, we're just gonna read. So now the solfege syllables are not written down, so you have to remember what they are. So here we go. I'm gonna sing together with you. 1, 2, 3, and do, re, do, ti, do, mi, sorry for that glitch. Now we're gonna continue. That's gonna be like a sight reading drill, yeah? So now we're gonna go to this example number 3. So here we go, same key of C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, mi, sol, do, re, fa, la, re, mi, sol, mi, do, re, ti, do. Okay, good. And now we're gonna move to this example, example number 4. I wanna do quite a few today. See how is our sight reading. Okay, good. Next example, 1 measure up front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, mi, sol, re, mi, fa, mi, do, mi, sol, fa, mi, re, rest. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, mi, do. Okay, good. I'm having fun. I hope that you're having fun. Now, let's go to example 5. Example 5. One measure up front. 1, 2, 3, and do, ti, la, sol, fa, rest. Mi, re, do, mi, sol, do, re. 3, 4. Ti, la, sol, fa, mi, rest. Mi, re, do, sol, mi, do. 3, and. Good. How are you doing? So far, so good. Okay, let's continue reading. Let's work with number 6. Yeah, they are all, those examples are from my performance ear training level 1 course. Yeah, you can purchase it on my website. Yeah, and it contains both ear training and solfege exercise plus an MP3 library. Yeah, that is gonna guide you through all the process. Yeah, and we're gonna explore in most major keys. Yeah, level 1 is major keys only. Okay, number 6, 1 measure up front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, mi, sol, and fa, mi, re, rest. Do, mi, sol, do, ti. 3, and do, ti, la, and ti, la, sol, and sol, mi, do, ti. 1, 2. Do. See if you can do all those things at the same time. Conducting with your dominant hand, doing pulse, yeah, with the non-dominant hand on the 1. That's very important. Yeah, we want to develop pulse, a sense of inner pulse. Yeah, so we're going to do whatever we can just to kind of develop that sense of inner pulse. And then you're going to sing, yeah, using solfege, movable do solfege. Then when we go to all the other keys, it's going to be a big difference. Now, let's move on. Yeah. Okay, number 7. So, let's get our first note. So, okay, together, here we go, everybody. 1 measure up front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sol, mi, re, do, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol. 3 and 1. Do, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, sol, do, let's do one more, and we're done with lesson 1. Wow, we finished lesson 1 today, online. Okay, number 8. Let's get our first note. Sol, sol. 1, 2. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sol, do, rest. Sol, do, rest. Sol, do, re, do, ti, la, sol, do, rest. Sol, do, rest. Sol, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, sol. 1, 2. Do. Okay, excellent. So now we're going to do ear training. We're going to do pure single note melodic pattern triad interval recognition. And why not? Yeah, we're going to start with our solfege. And also, I want to introduce rhythm studies. In rhythm studies, we're going to work them in different ways, yeah? And not your, yeah, we're also, yeah, the traditional way of subdividing mentally, but also I want to go into something called feeling reading, yeah? In which we're not going to subdivide, but we're just going to feel the pulse in our mind-body system. And let's see if that works out for everybody. Okay. Now, here we have a new tutorial by Sera Joe. And this new tutorial is called Green Dolphin Street. And why don't we listen to it? Okay, where is it?
Hello everyone, today we are playing on Green Dolphin Street. I like the version by Salsa from the album The Trio. So I practiced this standard, the key of E flat. If you are not classically trained, in order to play fast, be to work on our piano technique the way all classical pianists do. But here is a trick that I would like to share with you. I set up scales for each chord of the progression, so it would sound like this. With my left hand to work on my left hand technique. The chord scales have to follow the form of the song, so I practice right scales, left hand comping, until you get familiar with this exercise. Through this progression, you will be able to memorize the song and chord progression with ease. Next, we are going to play chord tone arpeggios for each chord of the progression. Last of all, we are going to play Montuno patterns over the chord progression. Previously, I wrote Montuno patterns for this song, but I couldn't play them. My hands are too small to play the octave patterns. You can practice as written. This was helpful for you. push myself to keep my technique to a certain level. So let's continue to practice together. Thanks for watching.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Sera, Joe, thank you. Thank you for your tutorial. And what are we going to do now? What I would like to do is, I would like to go through Green Dolphin Street. Nevertheless, I'm going to do it in the key of C, yeah? I know Sera did it in the key of E flat, yeah, but I'm going to do it in the key of C. And first, we're going to play the melody. We're going to analyze. We're going to try to analyze the song, yeah. Actually, that was one of the great things that I loved about the few classes that I took with some great music professors, like Herb Pomeroy, yeah, at Berkeley, who became one of my favorite all-time teachers, yeah. And yeah, we used to get inside the song, inside everything, the harmony, everything. So it was not just playing it, that was part of it, but also understanding it. So now we're going to play, here we have, ba, maybe up an octave, ba, ba, da, da, ba, 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 da, do, da. Now next part. Ba, then we go back to the top. Ba, we go to the third part, and here we go. Then we go back to the top of the song. Now, let's go through the melody. So we have the root on top. And that's our one major, in the key of C major. So when we have the C minor is interesting. So we are in something called modal interchange. So we're still in C, but I'm going to change from C maybe to a parallel C Dorian, or even parallel C Aeolian mode, yeah. And then I'm going to have those. Then here we have a D7 over C, D flat. Some people play a D flat 7. Some people play a D flat major 7. Yeah, I tend to play both. Yeah. Okay, so then we have here on the C minor modal interchange 1 minor 7. Then we have a 2/7 over 1 pedal, flat 2/7 over 1. And then we end up on the 1 major. Then if you can see, I circled the melody. Yeah, melody is very interesting. So how does the melody behave? So we have this C, ba-da. Then then we go to B flat, ba. Then we go to A, ba, A flat, ba, ba. See, we went chromatically, yeah. So ba, ba, baby, do ba, no ba, 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 do da. Very interesting how the melody behaves here. Yeah, so that also can give us idea. Let's say that we want to create a melody. Yeah, a song. So we can start. We composed another little introduction, yeah, or little a section of a song. So now let's go here. Okay, we're in. Remember, go with me. Key of C. 2 minor 7. G7. So that's a 2/5. That's what we have a bracket. Yeah, in chord scale harmony, brackets, they mean a 2/5 relationship. Yeah, so we're going to see those brackets, and that arrow means that there is a dominant chord that is resolving to a 1. So we have a D minor to a G7 resolving to a 1. And what do we have here? So composers sometimes go forwards and then go backwards. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go forward. I'm going to skip those 2 chords. I'm going to end up here. What is this? I'm in the key of C, and I have this E flat major 7. What is it? Again, this is a modal interchange chord. Imagine that I'm in the key of C major, but now I'm going to end up on a parallel minor. In that parallel minor, I'm going to have an E flat, G, B flat, and D, which is my, instead of 3 minor, I'm going to have a flat 3 major. Yeah, so if I have that flat 3 major, yeah, then I can add a 2/5 going backwards in time. Yeah, and then I can resolve into that. Yeah, so I have a again key of C. When I have a relative 2, we can call it a 4 minor 7, 5/7 of the flat 3, resolving into the flat 3. And here we have a 2/5, but the 2/5 is in minor. Yeah, so we have a D minor 7 flat 5, and a G flat 9, G7 flat 9. Yeah, and it works great. Yeah, so let's go from the top. Here we have ba, 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 da, da, da. Then my 2/5 of the 3, ba, 5/7 of the flat 3. Ba, da, 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 ba, 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 de. Okay, now we would go back to the top. Yeah, back to the top. And then we have ba, 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 da, ba, ba. Go to the second ending of the song. Second ending. So here we go. We're in the key of C. And what do we have? We have this 2 minor, bass moving to the 1. Then I have this 2/5, the B minor 7 flat 5, E7 flat 9 going to the 6. So this is a 2/5 of the 6. We have a secondary dominant, 5/7 of 6 resolving to the 6 minor. And our root moves to the G, which is the 5. Then we have another 2/5. This is interesting. We have this 2/5 of 3. Yeah, 2/5 of 3. And the 3 is a 3 minor. It is part of a chain of 2/5s. Then it's the 2/5 of the 2. The 2/5 of the 2. And now the 2 is part of a 2/5. Oops, I forgot to put a bracket. I should have written a bracket. Yeah, 2/5 of the 1. Okay, so this would be the analysis, and it's going to work great. Bam, ba-da, 2-5, ba-da, ba-ba. Then we have the 6, ba, G on the bottom, ba. We have the 2-5 of the 3, yeah, ba, da, ba. Then we have the 2-5, ba, da, ba, da. And we have a very nice view of the song. Okay, again, I wrote those notes in green. Why? Because we have this G in the melody, and then we have this G and this G. So the almost like the G is gonna come. Okay, here we have another G. On the second beat, we have another G. Yeah? So that G seems very, very, very important, like a little gravitational point, yeah, in the development of this melody, yeah. And also see how pa do di pa ba da 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 da, and then we have the other melody that kind of emulates the first melody, but is shorter, yeah. So instead of pa da di pa da 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 da, and then we have the other melody, pa di da da. So it's almost like a second thought in relationship to the first, but you know, shorter, yeah. And then together, ba ba da ba da ba da da da, ba da da. Okay. Okay, so that's our analysis of the song. So what are we gonna do next? We're gonna see what scales are we gonna use. Okay, scales, because actually what it was very cool of Sera Joe's tutorial, yeah, is she kind of gave a lot of ideas. So it's pretty much like a hardcore bebop or jazz workout in which you are working your scales, yeah, of every single chord scale relationship of a song. And you're going up, you're going down, and yeah, and you're going in different tempos while you work with your voicing in one hand. Yeah, that's something, you know, that famous teachers like Charlie Banacos used to have all their students do. So now on the C major, pa, pa, di, do, we're going to have a C major scale. Pa, C Dorian. Pa. How about I like a Lydian flat 7 on D, even though the bass is in C. That's what I personally like. And then on the next one, pa, pa, I like a D flat Lydian flat 7, even though the bass is in C. Yeah, I know it sounds interesting. Yeah, and then we go back to major. Yeah, so how are we gonna work? Let's say we're working with our scales. Minor and I'm gonna do the Lydian flat 7 on the D. D flat Lydian flat 7. Okay, and then of course we can work this descending too. Okay, so that's part of the practice. This is actually very important type of practice. Yeah, so now let's go to our next set of scales. Okay, so now we're in the first ending. So that's why analysis is so important, because the analysis will give you the framework. Yeah, where are you? What are your chords? What's their meaning? And then immediately you see the chord scale relationship. So we have a D minor 7, the key of C. So it's going to be a D Dorian, G, key of C, a G mixo. Yeah, we can also explore with other scales. We're going to end up with C major 7. Now we have this 2-5 of the flat 3, so I'm gonna choose a F Dorian on the F minor 7. B flat, I'm gonna choose a Lydian flat 7. Why? I don't know, because of the color. Yeah, some people would say, Carlos, you have the E flat and it's resolving. Yes, you are correct. That makes so Lydian, but I wanna use this note instead. I like that color note. but yes, the mixolydian will be more diatonic to the resolving chord. And here, because we have a E flat major 7, which is the flat 3, we're going to use a Lydian on E flat. Then we have our 2-5, yeah? So I'm going to use a Locrian on the D and an altered on the G. How are we going to practice this? We're going to practice our scales ascending. Now we're going to go to the F minor. Now I don't have space. I'm going to do the first 4 notes. That's the way I would practice my scales, yeah, in relationship to this song or any song. Now I would do them descending. Then G mixo, C major. Okay, now F Dorian. B flat Lydian, flat 7. Then I'm gonna do my upper 4 notes, upper 4 notes of Locrian, upper 4 notes of altered. Yeah, and that's the way I would practice this section. Now let's go to our last section of the song. Last section of the song, we have there. Again, we have this D minor 7 that goes over C. It doesn't matter. Both chords are going to contain the Dorian mode. But then here we have a 2-5 to the 6. So how about a B Locrian to an A altered? And we could have an A Aeolian. Yeah, probably that would be more diatonic. Personally, I like to throw that F sharp there. Yeah, it's a color note that I like to throw. So a Dorian. Why? Also, because we have this F sharp minor 7 flat 5, so it's not just popping up out of nothing, but it justifies itself, yeah, color wise. Then the F sharp minor 7 flat 5, we're going to use a Locrian, F sharp Locrian. Then it be altered. Then we have this 2-5. Some people would say, Carlos, just put a Phrygian on the E minor 7 because it's a 3. Yes, but I like to give it more like a relative 2 quality. Yeah, so I'm gonna use a E Dorian. That's why I choose E Dorian. A mixo. I don't know if A mixo is correct. Maybe we should use like an A altered. Why? Because it resolves into a minor. Maybe I changed my mind. Yeah, A altered, not mixolydian. Don't follow the chart. Okay, now we have a 2-5 of 1. So C Dorian and G mixo, and going back to C major. See how the cluster technique is your secret weapon. Yeah, we have been doing clusters for the last 2 years online. Yeah, so hopefully that everybody's getting into doing their cluster technique. Okay, so how are we going to practice this? We're going to do then Locrian, altered, Dorian on A, F sharp Locrian, altered, and then I have my Dorian. I could do a mixo, yeah, but I'm gonna choose to do an altered instead on the A7. Okay, same thing descending. On D minor 7, and we have a B minor 7 flat 5, E altered, A Dorian, and then we have a F sharp Locrian, B altered, and E Dorian, A altered, D Dorian, G mixo, and C major. Okay, so that's how I would practice not only this song, but every other song. Okay, good. So I want to do something else. Salsa. Okay, but today we're gonna work with, one moment, let me see something here. Okay, yes, you can hear the backup tracks. Okay. Enough analysis, no more analysis, no more analysis, too much, too much. So I'm gonna take it out. Okay, here we have a 2/5, yeah, descending progression. Okay, yeah, we can play it up here. Okay, but we're gonna play this in a 3/2 clave Montuno style. Yeah, 3/2 clave Montuno style. So we're gonna play very slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, good. So, what we're gonna do, usually, you know what I have my students do? I have them tap with one hand and then they play the Montuno with the other hand and then switch, tap with the other hand and play the left hand Montuno pattern. Yeah, maybe we should try that a little bit. Let's see if I can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's a great way of practicing. And then we will change. I don't know if I can do it the other way. Oh, yeah. I have to practice. Okay, so now we're gonna work, yeah, with our backup tracks. Let's start slowly. Let's start in 132 beats per minute, and then we're gonna move up. Yeah, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, and. The sense. One moment, I forgot to set the right type of repeats. Okay, got it. Now we are correct. I only want to repeat this 4 times. Okay. Now we're gonna move on to 148 beats per minute. 148 beats per minute. The faster we go, the lighter your wrists. Yeah, so that you actually can play the Montuno. You can play it for 2 hours if you need to, if you have a gig. Yeah, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, and. So we're only going to repeat this 4 times because I want to take it up a notch. Now let's go to 156 beats per minute. And here we go. take it up. 165 beats per minute. And here we go. All good. Let's push it up. Let's go to 172 beats per minute. But now I want to repeat it more. Yeah, so I want to go 8 times. I want to repeat it 8 times. Good. Here we go. 172 beats per minute. Okay, now we're gonna push it up again. Let's go to 182 beats per minute. 182 beats per minute. And we're gonna play 8 times. Here we go. Okay, should we go up? Yes, let's go to 190 beats per minute, and then we're gonna stop there. We can do 190, that's a nice tempo. And here we go, we're gonna repeat 8 times. What a nice warm-up, what a nice workout. Yeah, okay, excellent. And now maybe it's time. It is the time to say... So thank you for being with me in this live broadcast. We covered a lot of material, and we're gonna continue to do so in our next class. I'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Until then, have a wonderful week, practice your instrument every day, and listen, and play lots of good music. See you next week.